Uh, well,
It's okay.
if we're all ready to go, grab those remotes. Get your finger on that play button, but don't press it yet because we are going to do that at the same time on the count of three. One, two, three.
Ba-bum.
I'm so happy I made it back before we started.
Yay!
Dang work. Don't they know I've got Remarkist to do instead?
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I forgot that opening.
This was my kid when she was like,
Oh.
No, why is it starting so sad?
"Aww."
The gift of your name?
Have have we figured out or explained why brother and sister have two completely different accents?
I
I didn't
can't
even
say I
notice.
noticed.
No, brother and sister, as in
Oh, these
grandpa and
two, the older. Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
no, we haven't.
I said she had a case of the Madonnas.
I love that she is wearing two different shoes.
Doesn't she travel all over them?
Persnickety.
That's a word we should use more often.
I'm not sure how to feel about that we didn't open seeing Dash immediately pulling back.
Yeah, scary.
Mm.
Is McSorley's a real thing?
Yes, McSorley's is the oldest bar in New York City, and or one of them. And I mean, I think it actually is the oldest bar. And up until only a few decades ago, they didn't even allow women in.
Did you guys catch that?
I did.
What did she say? I'm sorry.
She said his
I'll
name.
She said,
dash it
I'll
right
dash it
over.
right over, no
No
pun
pun
intended.
intended.
Her face.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She knows. Oh no.
I totally forgot that.
Oh no.
Oy, oy, oy.
Jonathan, I'm blaming you.
This does not look good, people.
That was only a slightly sincere evil chuckle.
She's doing it, Pam Beasley.
Okay, she's still underage. These adults are bad adults.
Yeah.
Whereas this is very acceptable to me.
Oops, sorry guys. Yeah, she's almost.
Oh yeah, because y'all can drink at 17 in Ireland, can't
Yeah,
you?
most of the rest of the world can drink younger than we can.
We
But
can.
it's 21 here.
At one point in time, the legal drinking age was 18 here in the U.S.
It was
But that was a
19 in
long, long time
Minnesota when
ago.
I was a kid.
Is she texting the bully?
Nope.
Yep.
Oh,
This is
good
what alcohol
lord.
does. How is she getting drinks for anybody? Like, the bartender should not be giving her drinks, much less multiple ones.
Ruh-roh.
I hope she
John,
pukes on them.
I'm gonna need you to stop with the sound effect.
I hope she vomits on his shoes.
Why does he just have mistletoe?
Right.
I hate him. He has such a serial killer
Because he
smile.
wants to take her first kiss.
First kiss of
Absolutely not. I'm not okay with
her life.
this.
That looks like
What
a
is
bad
happening?
kiss.
What on earth?
What is happening right
Well,
now?
how is he
He
there?
just walked in on them.
No, that's a dream. Oh my lord.
I don't know.
Ho,
Rewind.
ho,
I
ho.
don't know what's going on.
They rewound Mandy so you can see what happened at the end of yesterday's episode.
For death.
It
All right,
doesn't
everyone, come on.
say. Yeah.
Let's take some time here.
Oh yay.
I like her.
Shut up,
Yeah, I do
Lee.
too.
Who just said that?
She wanted to just get back together with him because he's comfortable. That's crap.
I still don't like her.
That's anxiety.
Yeah, I don't like her at all.
See, she keeps saying that as friends, but
Yeah, I'm not thinking that's what she wants.
I trust her.
Shut up, Lee. I say that with love.
Of course. Like the way that she reacted, smiling, kind of just, really understanding when he said he was
So
thinking
he's
of
on the
someone else while
floor.
kissing her.
He's on the floor.
Yeah.
Because he's smart.
No, because
He would have
they've
been
both
smarter
agreed
if
that
he
they're
went
not they
home.
because they both agreed that they're not going to do anything.
Would have been smarter just to go home.
Aww.
Yo. I still don't like her, but that was sweet.
Okay, Mandy.
I'm not giving her credit for that.
Oh, the app thing came back. That's clever.
Oh my god.
Dash is smiling.
Look how excited
Oh,
He doesn't know that he's met her yet. Ugh. Oh, this
he
is
hugged
so
Santa.
upsetting.
He's met her more than once because he bumped into her at the flea market thing too.
I hate that guy. I hate that guy more than I hate Sophia.
Catch up, Edgar.
No, you won't get her home, weirdo. Ooh, that's not.
That's right, Hunter.
Oh boy.
Ew.
This guy.
Okay, he just spent the night with his ex. Like, not spent the night, but still, he left with her. Like, serious? Teenager.
Exactly, Hunter. Exactly. He has no room to be mad.
Oh wow, that was ADR. Oh,
I hate this so much.
oh,
Ouch.
Oh no.
This is awesome.
Uh-oh.
ouch.
She's an angry drunk.
Yeah, she is not. She does not hold her liquor well.
Is he really gonna start writing right now?
Especially when he's
Yes,
angry.
he is.
Man, that pulls on the feels. Beer before liquor, people.
And liquor before beer.
In the clear. In the clear.
Yep.
I love Drunk Lily so much.
I
This is
don't like
definitely a
drunk Lily.
drunk.
I don't like drunk Lily, but she is amusing.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say this is a drunk performance for your collection.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love the collector's item.
She held that a while. Good job.
And then right into the boot.
That boot has seen better days. It was stuck in the puddle. Now, I mean, it's a it's out of life.
It's the boot of shame.
I'll probably get salmonella. Oh my gosh.
From
People
the
are
eggnog.
angry in this
Harvest.
episode. This is an angry episode.
Harvest.
Couldn't she just stay the extra year with her granddad?
Or her aunt. That's what I was thinking.
Or her brother, who's gonna get his own place, apparently.
Yeah, because he's of age.
Yeah, I mean, she could, but you know, her parents get to make that decision.
Yeah, but like she's a junior. She has one more year of high school. That would suck.
Oh. Oh, it's happening.
Who's crying?
Hey, not me, I'm not.
I'm just really staring at that play button on the next episode.
Just disappointed.
Don't do it.
Oh.
Do it, do it.
I have supporters, John.
We should have dubbed the
Don't
feature.
do it. Don't do it. We're
Do
gonna.
it,
I mean, can you
do it.
imagine
Do
how
it,
great
do
tomorrow's
it.
episode will be if we're watching and experiencing that together? Come on.
By the way, Lee, your birthday was a bummer in this
It
show. And my birthday's
was,
next.
right? God, I was, to be fair, a lot of the time I was thinking about how weird it is for things to be open on Christmas Day. Like the entire country comes to a close here. So I was like, they can go to bars and like use public transport on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So let's start with Sophia.
Love her.
Still don't like her.
How are we feeling about Sophia now?
I like Sophia. I really do.
It's her fault that Dash went to the bar.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
He would have gone to
Mandy,
the
how do
bar
we blame this
anyway.
all on Sophia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's think about it.
Yeah.
Let-
He would have gone to the bar anyway because someone would have spotted her boot. So that's
Yeah,
not
but
Sophia.
he's the one that put the idea in his head that they needed to meet in real life, and now I'm crying because I'm really mad and I don't like this show anymore.
I just don't like how she
Aw.
tried to get back together with him just because he was comfortable. That's what I don't like about her. So I don't like her.
Well, wait a second. That is a. I mean, can we
That's what
fault
she
somebody
said.
for wanting something like that? Like
No,
for
we can't.
wanting. I can't.
No.
I can't fault her for that. Like she has her life has been one where she, as she said, she's constantly moving and she finds refuge in him. Like she basically says, you, that's her way of saying, you are my rock. Like you are this place that I don't feel constantly moving around. And yet she still is able to accept that that doesn't mean she gets him. I think that that's pretty I think that that's a pretty awesome trait for the character.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
fault
I
her
like.
for lying.
Stop trying to make
She
rational explanations and make me change my mind.
Mary, do you want
I'm
to
not
say
going to
I
something?
change my mind,
I
but
was
you know
saying
what?
I
I appreciate the
I fault her for lying. I fault her for saying to him that she will be his friend. She knows about the notebook girl and she's okay being his friend and taking him shopping and taking him to a party as a friend. And all the while, she doesn't want to be
But wait a
friends.
second. But
Tries
like,
to.
I don't agree. I
Yeah,
yeah,
think
I was gonna
she
say I
Mary.
don't agree with that
I
either.
agree too.
absolutely, yeah, she wanted to be friends. And, after a couple of drinks, it's late at night, it's the holidays. Like, of course he was wearing that cool sweater. Like, of course she wants to, like,
Yeah,
run away with
yeah.
him. I mean, come on. It, like, I don't think she
No,
had the
no, I
intent
don't
all
buy that.
along.
I think she
I
had it
absolutely
all.
do. Like, also, they're teenagers. Like, of course that's what happened to her. And then as soon as she, like, realized how distraught he really was, she gives him away with, like, a lot of grace, as a real friend would do,
Grace
and just
and
be like,
pain
you know what,
and pain. There's no question she's sad about having to
100%.
let go. There's no question, and all her right to be in the same way. All her right to see, is it possible that there is still something here, but she does gracefully step aside.
She
Yeah,
even
I
gives
have.
him great advice, like she deserves more than a notebook for Christmas. I mean, that is absolutely solid friend advice. If you love someone and they love somebody else, like that, she acted beautifully, I think. And I always think, like, from start to finish, when I rewatch this, she acts so maturely from start to finish. And when she comes back into the picture, she doesn't know that he's with somebody else. He doesn't, or that there's a promise of somebody else. Like, you have absolutely no idea. She just gets in touch, and then they have a day together where they talk about it, and they're friendly and everything's great. And then, late at night at a party, like, things change, and they often do. And so I don't know,
and
I
also
can't have
and
any hate for
also
her.
at the museum, she says something very important. She says, I now realize that that your change is because of her. There is a realization that she has at the museum that is deeper than just him telling her there's this other person. You know what I mean? Like, saying, like, there's this other person that I kind of like. That I don't fault her for being kind of like, I don't really know exactly what that means. For us, it's way easier because we've seen the story. We do understand how deep his feelings are for Lily. But for her, just one sentence that's just like, yeah, there's this other person, kind of, like, I sort of feel like, then in the context of the party and all of that, I don't think it's unreasonable for her to be like, well, look, you might be into somebody else right now, but perhaps, we did have something. You were very into me. I mean, we were, again, this story started with him really heartbroken about Sophia. So it's reasonable for her to assume that, like, maybe there is something still here for us, and maybe if you knew that there was still a chance with the two of us, that that would be stronger. And I don't fault her for wanting that, if that's something that she truly does want. But once she does realize that what has happened here is deeper than her and bigger than her, she steps aside. And I think she does so, like, in a way that doesn't seem like, if he kind of, like, said that he wanted to get back together, which, I mean, he wouldn't. I just get the sense that at this point she'd be like, no, it's not right.
I would add to that too. Like, like you said, he was kind of pining over Sophia at the beginning, but also he told her that he does have the notebook person. But when he needed someone there for him, he, like, for the dinner for his dad, he called Sophia. So
Yeah.
obviously she's a comfort to him too. And so she would pick up on that and be like, he has this notebook person, but he hasn't been hanging out with her. And he called me
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
he needed someone. So she would obviously, like, think that maybe something could be rekindled.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy because of, as viewers, because of how much information we have that she doesn't have. It's easy to forget that, and it's and I think it's easy to sort of imagine that she should be feeling everything that we are, and that's why it can feel like she's being manipulative or that she's trying to tread on Lily's grounds, but she doesn't know Lily and she doesn't really have enough information. And she's, like you said, getting conflicting information that, until that moment in the museum, I think, gives her all the right to see if this can go somewhere.
Can I just jump in and say I agree with absolutely everything you guys have been saying, all of the very thoughtful, you know, processing of her character. I would like to break it down to like a much simpler reason why I think she's like a class act. He told her to her face, I was kissing you and thinking of someone else, and if someone said that to me, I would slap the life out of them. So the fact that she smiled and was like, oh, okay, class, just pure class and maturity.
Very true.
Wow.
Also, we're
Yeah.
not I mean, I totally agree with that, but we're also like we're not thinking about, I think in the beginning of the series we get the sense that she broke his heart, right? And what we learn is that they had to break up because she like moved to another country. So it's reasonable to suspect that like Sophia misses him and is heartbroken over him as much as he is over her, and maybe has been holding on to that for the past year. Like we don't really know what her experience was, but it's reasonable to hypothesize that because their split was not really, their choice, it was, again, a function of parents making decisions and, sort of carting their kids wherever they go because they're underage. I mean, I feel like she's got to be, having some feelings about that, and I think they kind of fall into old habits too when he calls her up to come to dinner and they're very touchy feely and like she's on his arm and all of that. Like I just feel like that's old habits, when you see someone you haven't seen in a while and the last time you saw them, that was your situation, is that you were together that way. It's really hard to just put that aside and just say like, nope, that's not us anymore, especially if it wasn't your choice.
If there's anything that I might fault Sophia for, I also have to fault him for, which is really just the fact that their dynamic as a couple didn't really allow him to find himself, because their dynamic seems to have been one in which she sort of controlled their relationship. She spoke for him. These are all the things that Boomer doesn't like about Sophia. I don't I don't get the sense that Boomer thinks that Sophia's a bad person. He doesn't like their relationship because he wants more for Dash. He wants Dash to find himself the way that Dash has found himself through this game with Lily. And that's the realization that Sophia comes to at the museum as well, which is, wow, you've changed in a way that is sort of bigger. It's you've become stronger than you were in this relationship with me. And while you were in this relationship with me, I I didn't allow you to grow the way that you've been able to grow with this other person.
I agree. I think that's why I love Boomer too, is because he's the perfect kind of friend that like sees from the outside perspective like your relationship with another person and can kind of give it to you straight. And that's why this like whole scene at the end where Dash is so mad at him for like a quote unquote betrayal of like knowing more than he said is so heartbreaking, because it's kind of like, we know that Boomer is just doing his best and has been through it for all of them, and has gotten no thanks for any of for any of it.
I don't like that Dash was mean to Boomer. I get it. I get he's
The
upset. He
salmonella.
lied. He
The
lied.
salmonella
Somehow.
remark.
That
I
was hilarious.
mean, unbelievable, Dash.
Oh boy.
I mean, one of the things that I really love it about the episode, even though it's one of the emotionally, it's probably the most difficult episode of the series. I love the juxtaposition between the joy of the early portion of the episode, where like Dash is like, I mean, of course we already, in a total Hitchcock style suspense, know what's coming because we've already been given the information, while he's running around, like hugging Santa Clauses and being super chipper. But the episode just takes this really dark, very like all is lost turn, that personally I think really really works well with the narrative. It takes us into the finale in a really great way, because now we really are at like rock bottom. I mean, there is no, like, you can't go any further down than this. So that means that our finale is likely to some degree move us upward, which I just think that that's an awesome place to be at the end. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's really emotional and really difficult, but it's what I love in a great story.
So they're going to wrap
Penultimate
this up
episode,
in 30 minutes in the next episode.
Yes,
maybe, maybe not. I mean, we got to see, I guess.
Well,
that's
But
that's the
what I do
idea.
think you should feel confident in is that we're at the bottom. Like, there's no deeper than this. I mean, they have decided, or he has decided, like, that he doesn't want to do it anymore, and um we got to see them meet for the first time. They didn't kiss. He wasn't her first kiss. Their first meeting was a full-fledged relationship fight, like a relationship ending fight.
That was their
um
second meeting, technically.
yeah, their second meeting, but their first meeting as, like, knowing who they are and technically accepting the fact that we are in a relationship, because they are in a relationship. They like, it is a form of relationship what they've been doing, right? And the first time that they get together in person is a breakup scene, is like an angry, irrational, drunken, saying things just for no other reason than to hurt, awful, nasty relationship fight. And I just think that that's like such a, like, just from a narrative perspective, like really 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 depth storytelling for a romance, or like a romantic adventure comedy like this.
It's also fun because it kind of shows their, like, we expect them to be in a
Hey,
relationship at that
Shelly.
point, even though. Hi, Shelly.
Shelly, come up onto the couch.
oh, hey, Shelley.
Hey, Shelley.
Unless you
We
accidentally
do have multiple
unless you
Shelleys in the room,
hit a
so
notification on your
Got
phone.
Shelley Cole
All
and
right.
Shelley.
Maybe she's waiting for Nick's poetry
I know.
reading
Well, no,
I was
next.
that
totally
di-
confused.
different
hi,
Shelly,
other
different
I
Shelley.
Shelly.
know. I know I'm not nearly as
Shelly Cole. Shelly Cole.
I know.
If Shelly Cole didn't accidentally hit a notification button and jump into the room and doesn't, and feels bad leaving, um, but if you did want to come up and hang with us, we would love to hang with you. We just finished the second to last episode of Dash and Lily, the penultimate. We are at our all is lost moment leaving this episode. It was just heartbreaking, but kind of delicious.
I have to pose a question to the room.
Yes,
So Dash wasn't her first kiss,
it
but
was.
is he
He was.
going to be her last?
Ew.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
she's
Lee, you did not
17.
just take it there.
Oh, I did. Oh, I
Well,
You did
did.
Lee,
not
if he
just
is, it's
take it
on my
into the
birthday.
realm of horror.
I didn't mean, is he gonna kill her?
Well, if it's her last, that would suggest she
I meant,
dies
are
by
they
the
gonna
end of the
grow
episode.
old and die together, John?
You
You
did
took
finish
it
Fade
there.
in that
It was
horror way.
you.
I thought you meant that they kiss and then shortly after she's killed by a serial
Oh
killer
my
or by
God,
I
some
am
that's
winged
in
demon
your
or
head,
morbid.
something.
my friend.
You see what happens when you try to turn everything into a horror, Lee? This is what happens.
I was being so romantic. I was like, yeah, he's not our first kiss, but they're gonna
I was
grow
with
old
you, Lee.
together.
I was
Thank
with you, Lee.
you. I wasn't, for once, I was not talking about murder, and everyone else was like, wow, Lee,
I
murder?
understood you, Lee.
I wouldn't normally have thought that. Normally, I would have thought that it meant growing old together. But admittedly, you got me now thinking pretty much everything in terms of like winged demons and ghosts
Oh, yeah.
and
That's the stuff. I mean, he
Slashers.
could get his revenge by like drawing her back in, giving her a kiss, and then I won't. I was about to spoil her a show that this room will watch at some point. I won't. But
does he strike
yeah,
you as the draw her back in type of a guy?
but to
Because he
then
doesn't.
slip a blade in between her ribs is where I was going.
Oh
Oh my
goodness.
God,
Oh, I know what you're
Lee,
talking about, Lee. How dare
Lee,
you bring that up right now?
the show that you're talking about.
How
I guess
dare
I can't
you?
even say the name. Can I say the name of the show
I
No,
No,
wouldn't
no.
because I
no.
do
that
know
I'm
that's
thinking of? Okay.
No, don't
it's
say it anymore
no, I
because
Well,
won't.
I'll just
now
say
we're all expecting something that a character slides a blade in or something.
no. I don't remember a blade sliding anything, but I just remember this actor who played Dash playing a darker character, and that's all I was going to say.
Really?
Oh,
Oh.
What
Yeah,
show is that? I want to watch.
that's what I'm saying. Can I say the
Oh
name of the
yeah, that's
show?
not the show I was
oh
talking
yeah,
about. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
go
not what,
ahead.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. This Is Us.
He's in
oh,
This Is Us?
He is.
Yeah, he plays Kate's boyfriend when she was in high school.
Or just after
oh.
she graduated high
Really?
school.
I
Are
need
Yeah.
to
you
Yeah.
catch
sure
up.
that's
Late
the
teens.
same person?
Oh my
Yes.
god, yes.
Oh,
Teenage
well, don't
teenage
well
Kate's
don't
boyfriend.
Wow.
don't go too
That's
deep
it.
into
No, that's
because
it.
there are
I'm just saying that
okay, good.
he played that role before he did Dash and Lily. So like I first thought of him as that and then thought of him as this. And this kind of rectified that for me,
We
and that's all
we
I'm gonna say.
we are because we will eventually we
Yeah,
will
that's
do
all
a
I'm
deep
gonna say.
dive into This Is Us, and so
Yeah. But just
oh
keep an eye out for him. That's all I was gonna say. Is that he's in the This Is Us show. He's in the universe. And then
okay.
also the actress who plays Lily has now done like other things after this, and she's so good in everything.
She's
She's
an
in
awesome actress. She's an awesome
I
actress.
forget what it's called, but there was a weird movie on Netflix with Victoria Justice and like I wish I could remember the title of it, but it was kind of about I don't want to spoil it. Anyway, this actress is in a movie with Victoria Justice on Netflix, and then she also was just in the Sex Lives of College Girls on HBO Max, and she was really good in that too. So I just wanted to say that, and then also I don't know if you guys discussed this because I've been missing all the rewatches, but that the writers, like the original YA authors of Dash and Lily, also did Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and oh no, I forget what the other one was called, but it was something and something. It was like two names, and that one has Victoria Justice in it too, and that's on Netflix. And so they were originally YA books, and then they came out as different. Like this is the first show that they've done, but like
Are you talking about the
they
no
were
kiss list?
yes, Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List, and then Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. So the Infinite Playlist was Kat Dennings and Michael Sara, and then the Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List. I think it was Victoria Justice that was in that, and I can't remember who the guy was. But just in case you're interested in this style of writing, the authors were, I think it's Rachel, I want to say it's Rachel Cohen, but I might be mixing that up. And then
Yeah,
David
it's
something.
it's Rachel Cohn and
Yeah.
David Levitman.
Yes. Yes. And they make a great team because they kind of, in the books, they alternate perspectives. So it'll be like, I didn't read Dash and Lily, but I read the other two. And it was like one chapter was the boy's perspective, and the next chapter was the girl's perspective. So I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Thanks. Yeah, I think some of us, not everybody was here before, but we did kind of talk about that earlier on in this watch, but not everybody was at the first couple episodes when we were talking about that. So it's a good reminder for everybody who wants to see more content by those.
Okay. Thanks. I didn't know if you guys had talked about it already or not, but I was just so excited when I saw that they were the ones that wrote the original story to Dash and Lily.
Can I say I'm not a fan of like I liked him more at the beginning of the series, and I'm not a really big fan of Lily. But like after this, that was hypocritical. Like
Who?
you just spent the night Dash. Like
Funny
after he just
because
spent
I
the
was
night
the
with his
exact same way, Hunter.
yeah, you just spent the night with your girlfriend. Sure, nothing
I'm like,
happened, but they
I'm
still
catching up.
kissed.
I'm catching up. I'm catching up on Discord. Don't worry.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm fully aware of the other side of the argument.
Yeah, like he after spending the night with his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend Sophia and kissing her or whatever, he walks in on her kissing someone else. Y'all aren't like they have a sort of relationship in this notebook thing, whatever, but you get mad because I mean yeah, T-Ball is a stalker and
Look,
we don't like him, but
I don't
like
think that I don't think that Lily is like that. Her arguments are invalid.
no.
Mostly what we're saying here is that the like at least that's what I feel Diana was saying, and it's how I certainly feel, which is they're kids, they're young people and emotions run wild. And I forgive, I forgive those feelings from Sophia, that desire, that sense of entitlement.
I'm
I
talking about
forgive
Dash, like
no, I'm saying all of it. Like I'm just saying all of it. I forgive Dash feeling like that he's been betrayed. I totally recognize, absolutely recognize that she's right. Like, he kissed. I mean, first of all, she doesn't totally know what happened. Again, this is another part of this, like, we the audience have more information than the character does. She's assuming that they kissed. She doesn't know that. We know that. And it's true. She's right. They did kiss, and she's totally right. Like, he doesn't have a place to get upset with her. Like, I'm not arguing with any of that stuff, but they're kids, and they are wrestling with love and with really deep emotions. And I don't think that there's anything invalid about his you know his care, like the what he wants, and I think that he absolutely made a mistake there. There's no question, even going with Sophia, but that's part of the story, is him trying to become better than what he was before he began this whole game. He was always the type of person, it seems, that just was led around by Sophia. The fact that he is able to snap out of it, I think that's got some value to it.
it does,
um
and I will forgive him because like he is a teenager, and this does create conflict in the story. Like it's a good plot device.